Hello, everyone. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Moo Moo Was in My Hero Academia? So, not Momo, it's Moo Moo. Just to clarify that up, I always ask myself, am I saying the Moo Moo or Momo? That's just to clarify that up. So, yeah. You know how cows go moo? Yeah, that's what it is. That's basically his name, his first name. Sunotori is his last name, I think. That's so yeah. And so he has a sister, her pony, is her last name, and she also has they have a mother that is Cow Lady. I'm not making this stuff up, except for the Moo Moo one. So yeah. So when of course it was born, or they were born at the same time, her and her brother. As yeah, her brother was the size of a can. Like that's a soda can that says Dr. Chaz. Yeah. All right. The yeah. So basically, they are quite tough around people. So yeah, Cow Lady tells her father, or no, her husband that they should give their son to a farm. Yeah. As the farm lady was actually, this alternate timeline was her. So yeah. So she basically took good care of him. He knows that he's a animal one. As when he got older, he converted back from his toddler, or from his little cow form into his toddler form, like little baby child. Yeah, and she took care of him. As yeah, the so yeah. When he was age of 4, he went to a quirk doctor and told him that his quirk is a little less as of a quirk, but more of like a gimmick. So it was called Nuke. Yeah. Basically, he can and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, so when they leave the now they time skip to 15. And during all that, like, 10 or 11 years, he went into his bull form and, like, guiding all the cows into the bins. And like, yeah, if they if there was any scabies, yeah. And yeah, he basically, he's now this age. So you are probably asking, how did the kid transform into a cow? Oh, and then turn into, or little baby calf into this guy. Yeah. And then after that, he becomes, like, he learned how to control his own powers. As if that nuke thing was actually short for nuclear bomb. So basically, he will die if they don't remove it in time. So his days are numbered. So his adopted mom tells him, or wanted to spend quality time with him, so that the, sorry, I'm just playing with my phone. So yeah, he decides, or she decides to take him to go fishing and all that stuff before his time came. And so, at 15, he learned how to control his cow parts. Yeah. So he's basically already in class 1A, but he basically went full throttle. And like, yeah, he holds a world's record of being a number one person, or holder of, yeah. He even passed All Might. So yeah. And don't worry about Zuko and that One for All. They, or All Might gave Zuko One for All. So, like, canon. So then so this is Moo Moo, not the Zuko What If. Not yet, though. I may talk about it in probably the next video or this coming video. So, yeah, when they arrived, or he actually came early, or Pony came early, and she says that stuff to him on their first day, as he says, whatever, as he walks away, as she's confused of why he's so calm, cool, collective. So I'm skipping the, like, ball throw, the heroes versus villains, And if you want, the you could always imagine what will happen in the like ball throw and that stuff. So yeah, they basically during the USJ they arrived, they get ambushed, and Moo Moo knew what to do. So he basically tells 13, if that's okay with her, that he'll go against that Nomu creature. As she at first she says no. And of course he says okay. As his stress level, as he goes anyways, as he hits the Nomu, sending him because Nomu was gonna hit Mr. Aizawa. He, as his head collided with the Nomu's chest, as he says, "Only live once," and as yeah, so he basically transformed into that, and he goes toe to toe with him. And more I think about when I'm making these like moo what ifs, it feels like I'm doing like a chopper what if. So yeah. So the so yeah, so he starts charging, and yeah, as he rips off the limbs, and he breaks off one of his horns, or actually a Nomu did that, as he's bleeding from a forehead. But he says, that's nothing, as he grabs the already destroyed horn, and it transformed into a knife. And yeah, stabbed the Nomu's brain, like as it infected his brain, as the Nomu's brain, should I say? And it exploded, sending blood splatters all over. As the new horn grew out of his head, painfully, as he's like, but he's used to it. As yeah, he walks over, he grabs Mr. Aizawa, walks over to 13, sets 13 down, or Mr. Aizawa down right next to 13, as he was there, as 13, she starts smiling through her spacesuit, as yeah, Tenya Ida was busy with the dealing with the villains, so only option, as 13 asks, "How fast are you, Moo Moo?" I'm pretty fast. Okay? As 13 says, "I want you to go to UA." and warn him. Okay, before I will. As he starts, he doesn't want to leave him. As he's what charged faster and faster. Yeah, he basically ran all the way, like he's the fastest bull. He's a mortal bull. As he stops himself, as his face plants into the concrete, as he where's All Might? As he's or any pro heroes around? Of course, I know. As the music mic thing walks up, or actually, or Midnight walks up to him and asks, "What's wrong?" There's an ambush at the USJ. And 13 sent me to go warn you. All of you. Yeah, so they basically, the pro heroes, all of them followed him as he ran faster and faster. As they arrive, as they see the villains, it wasn't lying. So they apprehended all the villains like canon, but he basically went as he's breathing harder, like as he's collapsed, he's just tired out. As the classmates asked him that, or it tells the pro heroes, he's just tired out. Okay? As 13, or he looks at 13 and got them. As the 13 says thank you. As he picks up 13 and Mr. Aizawa, as he says, don't worry about them. I'll know that I'm a student, but I treat my own classmates as my own family. So he sets Mr. Aizawa and 13 down in the front, like out of the USJ, as he starts running faster and grabs everyone. And he can jump. I can say that. As he's grabbing one by one, all the students as he mostly knocks out the villains with one of his horns. As Ochako is happy that they have a raging bull. So they just made sure that he's like, okay, Alright. And he's immortal, so yeah, the nuclear part wouldn't kill him. Or nothing could kill him. That's why he's immortal. So yeah. He basically went full throttle. Yeah. As he's making sure that no one gets out of USJ before the pro heroes. As he's battling against all the villains. They aren't just low tier villains, they were high tier villains. They could end the world in about 5 seconds. Yeah. As he's like, if any of you try to escape from me, I will make sure. As, yeah, he battled against not just one villain, or not like one on high-end villains. The entire armies of them. Like, we're talking about 10,000 sextillion tons of them. As, yeah, he basically went full on Super Saiyan. As he beats them around like a little rag dolls. As he's tired out. Yeah, and then the pro heroes come and sees the high-end villains are all down and knocked out. No, as, yeah, he basically trying to make things easy. So yeah. So then after that, the sports festival, then after sports festival, the internship. I'm skipping all this stuff. But during the All for One versus All Might arc, the, like, basically All Might was down but not out. As, yeah. Before, here, let's, as All for One says, the that you've been still standing. And I hope this attack finishes off like the previous stuff. As All Might knew what he's gonna. It's the one that in one shots any pro hero or anyone with just one shot. So yeah. As the All for One used it, and as All Might's words were, "This is the last." As a cow came out of nowhere, and hits he basically stepped right in front of All Might. Yeah, the attack failed. Yeah, it's like as he blocks the attack with his own head, and as he's pushing it back too, Like, he's literally not even joking. Do you see that one? He's blocking it with his own head. Like, pushing it to All For One. As All For One is surprised as this lonely farm animal, as as the cow says, "I am Moo Moo. I will not allow you to kill my favorite idol. I respect him too much." As he starts charging faster and faster. Yeah, as All Might or everyone had, like, they couldn't believe this Moo Moo guy is literally pushing the laser right back at All For One. As he's like, as he used one of his horns, he does the same thing. As this is what he says. Ready? As he shoots all the horns, like his horns, into All For One's, like, limbs, as he walks up to him with a hammer equipped to his hand, as he says, You're quite stubborn, aren't you? All For One." Or actually, this is what he looks like. As he basically beats the villain like a little rag doll. As he grabs All For One and ran up the building as his body's ready to self-destruct. Looks like that's my cue. Or my time's gonna up. As he runs faster and faster. As he goes all the way up the building. He launched himself into the air, or into the space, far away, as he explodes it, as All For One died. As Zuko, as everyone's so depressed, because they couldn't believe that their friend and has died. Yeah. But they didn't realize he's a mortal cow, so he could survive it. As he lands in the water, as he gets up, as he only has a bruised leg, like black and blue leg. So yeah, because he hits he basically shattered all the bone, or not shattered, cracked all the bone in his knee. So he's like, as he was not so far, or he was pretty far, but he, like, yeah, as he's tried to, as he's lifting his own body up, as he breaks off one of his horns, turned it into a staff, as he's walking with a bruised leg, and it's like how how All Might's arm was, yeah. So then Zuko, or no, so he basically walked underwater, and he also walked, or he tried to, as he can shoot a spear. Sorry about that. And the, yeah. So, my, or where was I? Oh, yes. So, time skipped as he basically walked all the way from where he was at, all the way back to, yeah, that it was pretty far walk. And when they came out, or when he came out of the water, everybody's like, "What the heck? Why is Cal, walking underwater in the first place, or came out of water?" As he, or his, or let's say instead of one leg, it's two legs that were broken, as, or he literally had to crawl. That's pretty painful. As he basically, when he got to there, he was basically, as everyone, like, called a hospital, and the hospital took him in, as, yeah, the like, he, they lifted him up, set him in on the bed, as he breaks, or he, like, basically his entire legs, both legs were broken, but not like, as they basically tried to stitch them together. Yeah. As his adopted mom showed up, and like, and like, he basically became the big boy, as he, like, as the class, when I didn't even know that he's still living, as, yeah, as one of the, of course, she still had All Might's phone number thing, so she called All Might to let him know that, or raised her head, and to let him know that the his one of his students is at the hospital. And when Mr. Aizawa heard that, and as he basically they had their sad moments things. And when Mr. Aizawa told the class that, well, I'm gonna go over to the hospital real quick. As Momo raises her hand and she asked this question. Ready? Who are you gonna see? Or why are you going? Well, your friend, the one that went toe to toe with against All Might or All for One. Sorry. Yeah, he's still living. As they couldn't believe that he's still living after explosion. So, yeah, that's what happened. So guess what happens? They all want to go with him, as they said, okay, come on. They went and they saw how bruised up or their friend was. Yeah. As his, lower half, his both legs were broke, but not it's not it's just black and blue. As he's I'm a, as they yeah. So most of them were tearing up because how happy they are. They couldn't believe that he's still living. As heck, even Class 1B even respects the guy. And he's more crazier and dangerous or creepy. Or not he's just crazy to pull stunts like that. As the Eraserhead says, good thing that it was just your legs, not your entire body. Huh. Yeah. He's thank goodness that was just funny. As he said in his thoughts, and or this is what he says. Well, in my thoughts before during that time, I thought I'm gonna die here. But dumb luck saved me. As Mina can't believe that or all of them couldn't believe that he's, uh, some of them says, thank goodness you're alive. Tanya even says that, thank goodness you're alive. That's surviving the nuclear bomb and took all for one's life thing. Yeah, that was not my intentional part. Or, as the doctor says, he might be out for 3 or 4 days. If he uses his ability to shapeshift from back and forth from cow to human enough times, healing might end up be like shorten it up. Because what we believe that in his blood or in his DNA, he has a cure to his own healing factor. So yeah, as Cow Lady was, when she saw her own son did that, she thought he was dead too. But then when the farm girl, the one that I showed you earlier, the adopted mom of, yeah, so she tells her that he's still living. And she's like, wait, what? And she went to the hospital, and of course she wanted him to basically like, she wants him back. So she basically tells him that I want you back. As it was, of course, she blamed herself, but her sons had no grudge against her. As when her daughter came in to check on him, she couldn't believe that her own mother's right there. As she came in, as she, or Cow Lady tells her, this Class 1A student, the student that goes to your school, is actually your brother. As she couldn't believe that her own brother is actually the one that she met during the first day of school. Yeah. Please wait for part